Think I'm live? Yep. Cool. Wow, what a day. Whoops. What am I streaming here? Here we go. I'm totally not set up. I swear I wasn't just napping. Yeah, right. Whoa, look at all these trades that need my attention. That's cool to see. Pineapple. Oh, unexpected. Oh no. Oh no, the chat's not working. What happened here? There we go. All right, almost set up. Almost set up. Just gotta like start the event. Is it started? I think we're live. I think it says we're live. Whoops. Cool. All right, I gotta shake the cobwebs out. Man, what a what a crazy week. What was green? Target? Target was green? Good job, Target. And make sure this is on right. There we go. We're good. Couldn't tell. All right, perfect. We're good. I swear I was not totally napping, but kind of napping. It's a tough day. I mean, if ever there was a day where you needed a nap after looking at the market, holy cow. ONS is at 880. Oh, did Hood hit my number? No, close though. Very close. If this ever hits, I get to say called it. You know it, right? Where did NBiz end up? Or NBill? Because if it's under 10, 10 flat. Wow. So I might buy in some more of this here. We'll see how Monday opens up. CoreWeave is back under 75. Holy cow. I mean, that worked out well. We got assigned shares here, or called away at 80, so that was good. Hey, Four Gunner, you made it. Dude, what's up? What's up's the wrong word, I think. What's up? Very few things. Target, Nem, Costco, and Netflix. Netflix just barely. What a week, man. How you doing? Hopefully you had a good week outside of whatever went on in the market for you. I'm not sure many people had a good week in the market. I mean, VIX is up. Oh, SVIX is what we need to keep an eye on. What are we at? We're approaching our alarm here at 12. That's where we buy SVIX. I'm surprised it's not further down, actually. I mean, or I guess I should say I'm surprised VIX isn't further up. Maybe that's a more accurate way to say it. It's been a while, but yeah, look at this. We got a long spikeage ready to go. Ports, dude. Nobody's port is happy today. Maybe like the Port Authority. That's about it. It's not good. Hey, but hey, Bitcoin is up 0.02% from I guess wherever we closed. Gold is up. Gold is up. There was somebody who was it the Greek who bought calls on gold somewhere over here. I think it was severely oversold. If I had the cojones, totally would have done that. And oil, wow. Okay, oil's back over 100 for USO. Well, is it USO? It's WTI. What does USO do? 124. Jeez. And that's that's crazy. Hey, MC, good to see you, man. Yeah, you. It did. It did. Kem Watson, welcome. Hedges enough that things went okay. Are you Hamza? Hamza had some good hedges. Um, what were your hedges? I'm curious. Did you do some oil? I would think it would have to be oil, right? I thought so. Here's some stuff I didn't do, but I thought about it. My hedges were purely just selling options, selling covered calls, which worked out fine. But I was wondering if, what could I do here? And the only thing I could come up with was oil. The problem was when I kept looking at oil, these bars are so wild. I was looking yesterday and I'm like, I mean, we're just in this real crazy, somebody's going to be a bag holder type position that I don't know. You could call it a hedge, but if things dropped today, which was just as probable as spiking up, I think there would have been a lot of unhappy people going into the weekend with the hedge. But I guess that's the point of a hedge. Arcus, awesome, dude. Welcome. Iron. Oh yeah, I own iron now. What do I get it at? 838, I think. Let's see. Where is it on my watch list? Did I take it off? No, there it is. Yeah, that was a big drop. So I sold it here, somewhere over here. We were at like 39.50. And I was like, yeah, we got the 200. 38 was below the 200, so it seemed safe. And then the bottom of this uranium band, which is honestly not the most meaningful thing, also seemed okay, with my bottom out being this 33, 34 range, which is back from December. And then beyond there, you have to go pretty far back to find any support, aka you won't. So below this line is kind of no man's land. But like, I don't personally mind getting shares at this price. I'll probably cover immediately on Monday at 38, and just as a hedge. That is the hedge, since that's the new cost basis. I guess the cost basis is really 37.50, so that's probably what I'll do. Um, but I'm glad I didn't buy back into CoreWeave at 80. That was one that was on the list. NBiz I have 105. That I came back in at 105, which I'm actually kind of happy with this one. Again, if we open anywhere in this range, CCs will be great at 105 on the weekly. I mean the IV is just so high on these. It's been good. What's going on, Chewbacca? Welcome. DC. Well, okay. DCs have been okay lately. Well, if you have, what do you have? Iron. What were the other ones? And CoreWeave X. Well, again, this is definitely where the two X's. Yeah, I mean they're scary, right? Easy up, easy down on 2X, and I'm not sure. Right now holding 2X's is scary. I'm not sure it makes sense to liquidate them and get out. It's at this point, it feels like the damage is done, but we never know. We don't know, right? SPY, I think, is surprising a lot of people with the levels that it's currently at. Like, look at that drop. I really did not think we were going to drop below this line when I looked at things. We have to look at the weeklies now to see what are like the next levels of support. 600. That's pretty wild. 2 week, maybe the next one is 625. Monthly, 610. Right, like those are kind of the big steps next. And when we look at what happened in April, we went all the way down to the 34 EMA on the monthly, which right now is, what is that at? 568? Jeez, terrifying. NBIS got called away? Wait a second, what do you mean? Rolled down all CSPs this week. Nice. Yeah, and honestly, Chewbacca, I think that's like probably a good idea. I thought about doing that for a couple. I didn't bother for NBIS because it just got me into where I got out. So it's like net zero. It's just kind of hanging on for the ride like everybody right now. CoreWeave Iron SoFi. What's SoFi doing? SoFi. Ooh, yikes. All right, so SoFi is interesting because I had this buy zone that I've been watching, and we spent a few days kind of hanging out on top of it. We just kept like opening and closing right on that top part of it, which all that meant was it was the top part of where we peaked in the past. And now we're dead center of this buy zone. I'm not actually buying here because until momentum changes on a stock like this, I can't. That seems it seems a little crazy. The momentum is still pretty sharply negative right now, or bearish, and we've got some big crossovers about to happen with the 100 over the 200. So I wait here, but we might. I don't know. We might bounce off, this bottom portion over here, something like that. It's hard to say. But I'm keeping an eye on SoFi. I think we're going to get a good entry there if you're not in it. UMAC, and if you are in it, I would just CC and hold forever. Unusual Machines. What do they do? This is one that Electronic Technology, development stage tech company, which engages in provision of drone solutions. Oh, okay, that's right. I remember this now. Their chart's kind of funny, though, if you look at it. It's kind of, if you ignore this big spike here, which is, out of control type stuff. We went from $1 to $23 in, a few months? Not even a few weeks, maybe. Look at the weekly, though. Like, the chart is from here, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, maybe that's not a higher low. Higher high, higher low, higher high. If we close right here, maybe this is a higher low, if just barely. That's interesting. It's kind of still on the weekly. It's still kind of bullish. We just have to stop the bleeding, ONS. What did ONS do? ONS is at 880. I saw. I'm glad I covered pretty close to at the money. I covered at 11 on this. My cost basis was 10. It's probably down to like 7 by now, just by selling options repeatedly. And that's the beauty of it, right? Like that's kind of how this stuff works. But they look fine. Everything's down. So when you consider that everything's down, otherwise they're like in this just channel. Where's the box? There we go. They're just kind of like in this area right now, and there's no like panic as I look at this. Maybe if we were to drop below the 8 mark, I'd be like, oh wow, there's a sale going on. There's too much bullish momentum though for this stock otherwise, and so much investment going on. The red is misleading. You can't really look at this, but you can look at it, but they're obviously diluting and investing repeatedly. I think I honestly look at ONS and I'm just like, they need time. They need legit a couple of years to then break through this 15. And they could do it sooner, of course. But the thought process for me is real simply, they have to integrate all these businesses or figure out how they're going to do them. They all have different visions that they have to like wrap together. And as that happens, and they come out ahead eventually, I think they'll be great. They'll be in a good position. They have a very good connection with the administration and other things. OSS I haven't looked at. Let's look at OSS. And then, oh, you know what I want to look at? I want to look at Saddle. What's going on with Saddle? Everybody was going nuts over them. They still finished off pretty well, though? Oh yeah, they're doing okay. On the daily, they finished at almost 6. Wow, they held pretty strongly actually. That's surprising. Dude, my son has someone over and they will not stop screaming. I need to text them to shut them up. Well, okay, I'm not gonna be that guy. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud. You guys don't hear it. We'll just leave it at that. If it gets bad, I'll yell at him. But yeah, Saddle held it together pretty good, and then Palantir you had on there. Palantir is another one where, like, if you zoom out a little bit, you're like, well, I mean, who is this? Lord Mar. What'd you do, Lord Mar? Oh, you bought it down here, I guess. I forgot that we made that. Um, I don't even know what to say about Palantir. There's nothing scary looking at this if we were in February at much lower lows than where we're currently at, right? So patience is probably all I'd say. I think being a defensive stock right now, they're probably fine, and they've got that going for them. MU was another. Would you do with MU? You sold CCs at the top. Oh, dude, not bad. 15K premium is really nice. Okay, you had puts. What were the puts at though for MU? MU had a big drop. I know we were at 460 and now 360. Like that. That's a hard to manage. How do you manage type drop? A couple of those that are sticking out to me are Microsoft's like that. We filled the baby gap, and now we're testing the April 7th lows. That's kind of wild. I expected this as a potential filling the baby gap. I did not expect this, and now we've got a gap above, which I think is actually a good thing. I think that gives us buying pressure back up ultimately. And Meta had a -4%er. Look at this. We may fill this old gap down to 500, which, if you can tell, I've been keeping an eye on. I didn't think we were going to fill it like this. Holy cow. I did buy MetU at like 25, so now I'm going to have to just hold that forever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Ultimately, maybe I just cut that position. Hood's another scary one, though. Hood dropped all the way down to 66. And I hate that I still have this target here, but I'm leaving it because we might hit it on Hood. This head and shoulders that just has not turned around yet. It looked like we had gotten stability here, but no, not yet. Freed up some cash. Yeah, Uncle Sam is going to take some of that from me too. I got to... hey, Daily Sight, what's going on, man? Just noticed you jumped in here. The meta rollout was good, though, Shubaka. I think, by the time we get to 515, I'll be real surprised. Like, look, when you have this deep cut, this is the deepest cut I've seen on meta ever. I don't think there's been an angle that steep in its history, at least in recent history. And by recent, I mean, like, you have to go back to, what, 2022? COVID era? Like, look how steep that is. That's wild. That's a waterfall. Little head and shoulders here now that I'm looking at it, though. Which, if you were to take the peak of the head being here and the trough, it's probably at the target already. I'd be surprised. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we close the older gap. I would be surprised if we went much lower than that. Didn't catch the top. What are we talking about? Oh, on ONS, yeah. We're jumping around a lot over here, I know. ONS, let's go back to ONS for a second. ONS, I think, is fine. This is interesting that the uranium band kind of captured it perfectly somehow. That happens on occasion, or on the daily here. So, there's a potential that we test the 200. If it happens, I'm not panicking personally. Like, again, everything is kind of in rough shape. But being defense industry, this might hold here. I think, there's some benefit for that sector. NVIDIA scares you. I haven't looked at NVIDIA in a while. 167. Ooh. Okay, this is where I bought Leaps last time on NVIDIA. And it was nice. I sold here. I did not sell here. I sold here on the second day. And Frizzell was actually, I think he also had him at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this. This is uncharted territory. I mean, Nvidia is also at $4 trillion still. So we peaked at what, 5 trillion or just under 5 trillion? Uh, and 4 trillion is just like, how do you come to terms with how much money that actually is for a single company to be worth? Actually insane. Uh, On's got a new contract. What did On's get a contract for? I'm just catching that now. I thought you were talking about something else. Palantir linked drone stock is nope, nope, nope. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Who'd they get a contract with? Yeah, a lot of things are looking grim, dude. But so is the world. This is reflective of the world. Like that is why sentiment is quite poor, and it's because there's some crazy stuff going on out there. I don't want to get into like the politics too much because more than anything, it's just depressing. But we are very clearly, in my opinion, anyway, waiting on resolution or development to the positive side of things of the war ending, which should fix oil, which is really driving a lot of this craziness, and VIX for that matter, but oil. Like, this is not where we want to be with oil. It doesn't happen frequently that we're this out of whack, but when it does, it's not too good, right? What if we go to the monthly on oil? Oil, we can go back for a long time. Woo. Okay, so like, how many times have we spiked above 100 on oil? One, two. This whole time period, which is 2011 to 2014, it was high. So really, one. We're gonna call this two, three, and then this would be four. Now, here's an interesting thing. I don't like to look at it this way, but this was what? If we do the count here, this was 7 months, right? If we count here all the way across, it was 40 months, which kind of yikes. This was 4 months. So, if we just consider that spiking above 100 doesn't ever go away easily or quickly, where do we go from here? And for how long do we wait? If this is as short as the shortest one, the range is basically July through like oh, let's not go to 2028 or anything like that. But July to end of the year, maybe, like those are the types of time frames we have to wait for things to resolve. That's a long time. That sucks. So the question is, what do you do? I think once you're here, though, things are going to quickly snap to the level that this supports, and then we just keep doing what we do, which is selling options. It's nice to sell options on a growing net liquid value, but since we don't have direct control of that, and we don't know for sure what's going to happen and when, those are your options. And when I look at it, we've been saying that, wow, these growth stocks have been Reddit, Hood, ONS, all of these have been adjusting for a while. I wonder what the heat map looked like today. Blindingly red. Energy minerals doing okay. Okay, interesting. I guess that's all oil-based stuff. And consumer non-durables. Coca-Cola. How's SJM doing today? Smuckers. Oh, Smuckers, big red. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's the monthly. Oh, Smuckers is green. Yeah, of course. Peanut butter. You buy peanut butter in times of recession, by the way, if you didn't know. Old saying. Old saying. So. Okay. NVIDIA has a history of effing around and finding out. Yeah, they do. Jensen don't care. He does what he wants to do. Oh, yeah, they were back in the hundreds at one point, weren't they? Is that how low they dropped around April 7th? Or was that even longer ago before that. Mm. Oh, that was way longer ago. That was back here. What am I drawing back here? This is back in 24. Nvidia, if you remember, Nvidia dropped as low as 87. Yeah, so if that happens, you just mortgage your house and buy Nvidia. Like that was one of those like, oh, this is a fire sale. Leaps, I mean, Leaps would have been nice here, huh? I mean, April to what? Yeah, 1 year Leaps would have crushed. Wow, crazy. I don't know, man. That seems insane. Who knows? But if we're looking at multiple months of this volatility, I can't say it's impossible. Obviously, 207 was 5 trillion. Okay, yeah, it's in members chat. Uh oh, what did I miss? Members chat. ONS raise forward guidance each quarter. Oh wait, what are you guys talking about? Okay, I miss. That's going to be too much for me to try to catch up on here. So I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be just reading Discord for that nobody wants to watch me do. That's for sure. Fear and Greed. We could look at Fear and Greed. What is the best way to do that? Let me bring this over here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Fear and Greed Index. This works. Extreme fear, right? I mean, that sounds right, doesn't it? I would say so. This guy summed it up pretty well, huh? Well, that's a day. Diamond hands get wrecked. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10. Wow, good time to start buying. Last year low was 4. Been waiting for this moment for a long time. It's time to go shopping. Warren Buffett said buy when everyone is fearful. As Bob Dog would say, he uses slightly different phrasing, Bob Dog. I'm not going to say it here on YouTube, though, because that'll just be on the internet forever. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder. This is definitely not good. What's crypto say? Same thing? 12? VIX. VIX looking juicy here. SVIX. We're keeping an eye on SVIX, though. That'll be the ultimate hedge if we get to like crazy VIX levels. 421, 420. You're talking about MU here, right? 420 close, 2027, 2127, 50%, 4,000. Nice. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, E-Rex. Red rum. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Okay. Give me 1 second. My doorbell just rang. I have no idea why. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, did anyone stay? Who do we have here? I missed a few people. Oh, jeez. Well, that was a disaster. Somebody just came to pick up my son's friend's mom came to pick him up, and then my puppy peed on her. It was not good. I mean, it's fine, but it was a disaster. We did get a new puppy, by the way. So still here, awesome. Well, sorry I had to dip out like that for a few minutes. That was. We got a new puppy. He's awesome. His name's Benny. Maybe I'll show him in a bit here if anyone wants to see him. He's great, except housebreaking is killing me. It's not going that great. Marked his territory. He did, dude. He did. So Superman, good to see you. Hope you're doing as well as you can be, assuming that you're in a similar boat to everybody else. Holy cow, coin! No, I did not see that. Jeez Louise. And then we have like Joby and Archer and, oh man, Bull. Yeah, everything is just bad, huh? We'll get through it. It's definitely like, here's a question you got to ask yourself. Are these all going to become penny stocks? I don't think so. If they do, like, well, where are you putting your money anyway? This is, if you have not been a boglehead in your life, now is a time to channel your inner boglehead, and that is like diversify as best you can. Continue to DCA, because when things go back up, when are you going to wish that you bought? Probably right now, and every minute and day up until things fully recover. That would be my guess anyway. So that's what we do. Lily dropping back into the 800s here, below the 200 moving day average. That's kind of wild. I have to pull this line over. Finally got to the point where this is happening for real. Whoops, wrong button. Lily is one that I will most definitely buy if we ever drop back to these or below these levels. Until then, I watch. I kind of just watch and wait. This was a wild run that I know some of you participated in with me. The Lily X run in particular, the 2X, which is kind of interesting. If you remember, we sold Lily X at 15, and that's kind of where we're at now. Yeah, this was the line here. But whoops, I keep doing this. I keep hitting the shift button too soon. Then we measure out. There we go. So this was the sold Lily X. Why is this blue text? I never use blue text. And that was great. We bought it down here. We sold it here, and things were amazing. Although, obviously, in hindsight, we should have held it to another 100% gain. Who knew? But yeah, we get back down here. This at some point, this is like we load the boat territory. And Lily likes to trade in channels. It has for a long, long time. That's why we've been playing it from here to here for quite some time. And they make a lot of money. So, when you look at a company like this is one that we're seeing some discounts on that long term. It's going to be, I think, really nice. Hey, Zeno, welcome. Bull bag holders unite, you and me both. Yeah, I still have plenty of that. Coin at 180. I mean, that sounds good, though, doesn't it? Like when the words come out, you go, wow, I would be happy to have coin at 180 a week ago. That'll never happen, and here we are. I did think I was not going to get assigned Nebius, when we were a couple of days ago looking at this, and I sold 105, and I was like, there's no way. and they sold, I sold them at like, geez, up here. We were at like 115, 114, and I sold them for $1.50. I mean, 1.5% at what was pretty low delta from 115 was amazing. I'm still happy. I'm genuinely happy I got the shares. If we open here, selling 105Cs will feel amazing. And I'm happy if they get called away because that's what these stocks are doing right now. So definitely a time where it's okay to get called away and have shares assigned. The big thing that is painful is if we just drop way below where we get shares assigned. And I know that can be tough. Well, there's not a whole lot you can do there other than, pick as good of a strike as you can. And in this situation, if you're looking at CSPs, be very conservative. Be like looking down at prior lows. Everything diluting hurts. Are you talking about Nebius? Because Nebius has diluted, but this dilution was different. The recent dilution was like, it was a combination, wasn't it? Some share dilution, and then some of the funding was through the contracts that they had secured with Microsoft and Meta. So like Nebius, of all of them, Nebius feels the best to me. Oh, when did Iron dilute? Was that recent? It was really. Was that when was that? When did they dilute? 3 days ago? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sucks. But that's what these data center companies are going to do right now because they're building like crazy. Long term, if you look at dilution, so two things on dilution. Number one, any growth stock needs to raise money. And what's the best way to raise money? It's dilution. It really is. When you can make like an absurd sale on your own company's stock price and just issue more shares and then see this recovery, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, it's free money, isn't it? It seems free. It doesn't feel good to the shareholder, but it is definitely long-term bullish. There's definitely a point where it's like, okay, can you stop? ONS was one of those that kept diluting like crazy, but they kept buying companies. So you hope that long-term it's a bullish thing. Is it for sure going to be bullish? We don't know. But I would assume that for companies that we believe in that have been executing well, we should look at it as bullish. Holy cow, Amazon's under 200? I just saw that. Sorry. Wow. Amazon. Who would have thought? Yeah. I mean, look, there is really not much escaping it. The only thing that I can suggest is, again, when this happens, check your sector diversification. If everything's down, but there are things up in the market, what are you missing? Retail is kind of interesting. Walmart's not on my list anymore. I bet they were green, is my guess. No, never mind. Oh, that's SMT. What the heck is SMT? Scottish Mortgage Investment? No. Yeah, Walmart was green, right? Not like super green, but they're holding pretty steady here. Walmart is another one of those staples that does pretty well during recession type periods. So not surprising, their sales tend to go up compared to like a Target, for instance. In fact, you would think that Walmart would be doing better than Target right now, but they're surprisingly not. I think this is where you just check yourself. Am I as diversified as I think I am? If you're all in growth stocks and you're looking at the heat map and you're like, yes, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have, whatever, all tech stuff, but none of this little stuff, you might be missing. You might be missing out a little bit. I don't think you necessarily have to have like one of each one of these squares sector-wise. But, if your electronic technology services is what all your stuff is in, well, guess what? You are going to get hit at times like this. This is going to happen 100%. What is a good diversification for you is something worth considering. I actually think finance is also kind of with like tech services. They're starting to group together. And because a lot of it's tech-based, a lot of it's got crypto exposure, stuff like that, right? So like these all start moving together. Health technology, while red today in general, doesn't necessarily feel like it's in the same grouping. So like this is fine. But do you have anything that is consumer based. Like this consumer non-durables is interesting. Coca-Cola is a classic, right? That a lot of people have, especially for dividends. Is Coke the dividend company, right? I think so. Smuckers is another example. I don't recommend Smuckers. I had them a long time ago for reasons of, well, my wife worked there for a while, so like we just had stock with them, but they suck. I think as a company personally, there was a time where they were great, but just not anymore. Yeah, so they're forever channel bound, I think. But like you can count on Smuckers. This is when you buy Smuckers, and it'll probably go back to 120. It'll go from 95 to 120. I could bet money on it. Maybe I should buy some Smuckers. I don't even like the company, but I might buy it here. I'm like selling myself on this triple bottom that's going on here. It's becoming pretty clear, like, oh, maybe this is, yeah. Huh. Ha ha ha. Maybe. Let me think about that. I'm not sure I want to do it yet. But they're like super cyclical. It's pretty wild. Okay, guess what? You're getting back on the list, Smuckers. Congratulations. You're all the way. Oh no, I gotta scroll you all the way up now. Dang it. I added you incorrectly. There we go. We'll keep an eye on it anyway. This could be a point though where we get some blue stars going, and we get a little ride here. I bet with their IV being absolutely nothing, that Leaps wouldn't be bad here. Let me look. Wait a second. Oh no, the chain. What are we doing here? They changed this. They changed the layout. Interesting. No, I want to look at like Leaps. How do I manually select now? Well, whatever. I guess September 175 DTE is pretty good. $100 Leaps. I can buy them for $5-6. I mean, that doesn't seem too bad, does it? What is the IV? %. Okay. Remind me on Monday we're going to look at this. Hey, we got Muffin in the house today. What's going on, Mr. Muffin? I need to finish my security system that I sent you pictures of, Muffin, by the way, and I haven't tried it yet. It's been busy. The weather's been good, so it's been yard work. But now that it was 85 degrees yesterday, and today was 25 or 35, but like wind chill was like 25. So we're back inside today. Inside projects. I ripped the sink out. That was my inside project. Smuckers is on the list, by the way. So we're going to look at that on Monday. But the question is just, are you checking your diversification so that in times like these, you're like, some of these might not be the sexiest things, but these are ways that, again, you channel your inner boglehead. With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good. Do you guys remember when, it's been trading in those channels forever. Do you remember that Smuckers fiasco, or the big deal where they had the commercial? And it was, I think they owned Folgers. It was a Folgers commercial. And it was something to do with like this brother and sister were together for the holidays. And it just came off as incest. Like they were spending the holiday together a little too closely. And they still published this ad. It was pretty funny. This was a few years ago. Yeah. Smuckers owns Folgers. It was Folgers. You're right, but that's why I was talking about it. That was hilarious, and that's Smuckers right there. I'm not gonna watch it. I do remember the SNL remake. They started like making out and stuff, right? That's right. It was not appropriate, but we all kind of liked it a little bit. We don't really know why. It was like, taboo. Okay, that's fine. Jeez, that was. This is on the internet right now. I probably shouldn't be talking about this, huh? They weren't related. Like the actors weren't related. We know that, but they were related. What's going on, all time? Welcome in. Yeah, that was hilarious. The best got milk ad is the wheelbarrow one. I don't know which one you're talking about. We could look it up. Okay, if we want to talk about favorite like clips, Muffin Man, you know my favorite one, right? The one when the kid is swinging the thing. What's on the rope that he's swinging? And he hits the other kid in the face instead of knocking it off the top of his head. You tell me, but it gives away the punchline. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about bringing it on. I guess we could watch YouTube on YouTube. That's probably totally fine. But the last one I sent you was the guy with the weird toes. I just let that one hang in the air for a minute. You know what? All right, I muted it so you didn't get your ears blown out from opening up. High noon number 2. This is definitely a 2 high noon type of night, type of week, if not 3. We're only at 2 right now, but it could be a 3 high noon week because of reasons. We're way off stock talk right now. Well, no, the Folgers thing was related to Smuckers. That was fine. Did you know Smuckers actually owns a portion of Dunkin' Donuts too? Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but only the coffee that is sold in Target. They don't own the Dunkin' Donuts that is sold in the store, which, by the way, is actually a different supplier than the Dunkin' Donuts that is sold in Target, which is also different than the supplier that they buy for the commercial coffee beans that go into the commercial coffee bean grinders in Dunkin' Donuts. Today you learned there are 3 different suppliers, probably more for other stores as well. Don't ask how I know this stuff, but it is true. Okay, let's see. What do we want to look at here? We made money, by the way. Like, this was a good week for selling options, despite everything. We got a lot of assignments. We're going to get Reddit. This actually, I rolled out. Oh, no, did I not roll it in? Or is that just a bug? Oh, we might have to look at that. So we're going to get Nebius at 105. Happy about that. We're going to get Microsoft at 385. Not happy about that. I'm happy with like my approach to that trade, but the result kind of sucks. And then what was the other one? I gotta ask Salty. Salty, are you listening today? Can we expand this so that it shows all of them here? That's kind of cool. Like, you're teasing me. You added a 4th line. 4 potential assignments. Here's 3, and then you added and 1 more. Why didn't you just tell me? If it was 2 more, okay. But 1 more, you're just a tease. CoreWeave 80. What? No. Oh, we closed that. No, so it's not that. What's open? We only have 3 open. Okay. No. Oh, Microsoft, Iron, Reddit, and Nebius. Yeah. Okay. It's showing different ones than it showed the first time. So I'm happy with like 3 out of the 4 there. Iron's fine too. I'm happy to take that and sell CCs on this immediately. Hey, how did the rocket stocks do this week? Go to my assignment screen. Wait, there's an assignment screen? I've never seen this. Dude, that's amazing. How did you know that? And I didn't know that. Oh, because you know what I was doing? I was manually closing all of these prior. This is cool. This looks good. Can you tell I bought way too much iron? Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have bought 80K of it. That was maybe excessive. Same with Microsoft. Same with Reddit was only 40. And Nebius was... They were all like 10% positions, which felt fine. I don't have regrets on any of that, though. In the money amount, $4.18 per share. But that doesn't include the premium. So it's like 278, 268. I think so. Yeah, 268. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we could sell, if we wanted, we could sell like 103 if we wanted to be real aggressive, or 103.50. They probably don't have 103.50. It's probably 103. So plenty of options here, really. Haha. I got to click buttons. Confirm assignment. Yes, confirm assignment. Is this going to show up in the Discord? Confirm assignment. Yes. Confirm assignment, yes. Oh, wait, no. This one didn't happen. This is rolled. That one's a yes. I rolled this out a month or a week. I might roll it out again. Oh, no, I can't roll it out now. We're way too low now. So, let's see. No, it didn't post. Okay. Well, that's good to know. This is cool, though. This is great functionality. I like how that worked. It was easy. It's easy, but maybe maybe there's a time where we want to be able to do this in bulk. I don't know. Maybe actually doing it one by one was good because I almost did this, and I need to roll this since I rolled. Hey, Corito. Corito? Did I say your name right? You swapped to Google. Interesting. You know, I thought about Google too. Google starts getting interesting under 300. Actually, Google to me gets interesting under 250. And it seems like I'm just moving the target here. But that's just because that's where I got out. Or no, I got out here. I got out at 275 originally. So maybe this is an interesting spot. But that was on a kind of a spike up. If we do that like buy zone thing I like to do, where we're getting close, which the top of that buy zone, yeah, is like 265-ish, something like that. There's a tiny little gap over there, I think. Yeah. But, and there's a gap over here, too. We had a couple of gaps that we'd have to look out for. I would be surprised. I should stop saying that. I won't be surprised by anything. But I would be surprised if we dropped all the way down to close this gap. That seems excessive, even with what's going on in the world, because Google was undervalued. Well, okay, maybe Google wasn't undervalued here so much as it was down here, very clearly at the 145 drop, which we got in at, if you remember, and ultimately got out at 275. But like the drop for Google has been 350 to 275. The drop for Microsoft has been 550 to 350. That's nuts. That's like a Reddit drop right there. Microsoft, you're not supposed to do that. Only Reddit's supposed to drop like that. That's insanity. But, you know, it's hard to think that the mags will never recover from here. I do think there is like general AI exposure concerns that may affect them long term. But there's also the ecosystem argument that Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, and Google, and Amazon, and Meta, all of the mags. Is Netflix the other mag? Who's the seventh? Who am I missing? Somebody clue me in. I thought I'm blanking for some reason. Anyway, those six anyway, the mag six, have the ecosystem where how do you break in? And yeah, I do think there can be break-ins at some point, but that's so far away. It seems unlikely that things will immediately overtake the depth that these companies have. What is Adobe doing right now? Speaking of ecosystems. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad I got out of Adobe G at some point here. I did take a loss on Adobe G, but made up for it immediately with NBIL, which was a good transition. That worked out well. That was a good one. Google fair value is 340. Okay. I'm interested. What's the pitch? How is its fair value 340? Is that just a PE thing? Or what is your thought process on that? What is their PE? 26? But well, what does that compare to Apple? AAPL. Why is it not APPL? Like, come on, Apple. They played the phone book game of being first in line instead of, okay, their PE is 32. So I guess if you're using like Apple as a fair value, maybe. But, I mean, is Apple really the benchmark now? I kind of believe, I think that Google and Apple offer slightly diverging products. Obviously, there's a lot of overlap. I think Apple has a lot of risk, though, and have lawsuits coming their way. The reason I think that is, for anyone who remembers on Discord, when when Theta Daddies was originally Discord payment system, people were complaining that, like, hey, Why are you charging me twice as much as what we said we were? And we're like, what are you talking about? Come to find out that if you buy the subscription through Apple, through the Apple Store, through an Apple device specifically, they upcharge like 100%. It was like, they're the only ones who do it, by the way. It didn't happen with Android. It doesn't happen on the PC, Microsoft. Well, generally. What is that? Like, how is that a thing? And I feel like there's a lot of risk there and possible like class action stuff going on. That the App Store surcharge too is out of control. They're just eventually that's going to blow up. I think AI is still so early outside of tech AI. No one's really started using it. Yeah, agreed. I have a lot of thoughts on AI. We'll talk about that in a minute. Their vertical integration stacks better, and they can still decimate Copilot, and Apple is a customer. Okay. I understand some of those words, for sure. Definitely, I know vertical, because I have Archer, and stacks. Yes, I like stacks of money. I think there's an argument there, for sure. It's the question I have for it is, Gemini. There's going to be a big piece of this of Gemini versus Claude versus OpenAI versus, I don't know, who else is there? Are those the ones that we care about right now, I guess? Google's starting to push it, though. I just got an update on my phone today, which is, this doesn't show any personal information, right? Well, you can't see anything anyway. An Android, and it's all Gemini integrations within the phone. So, again, like AI, I think is going to be, in some cases, in ecosystem bound. And for the common man who doesn't, to your point, who doesn't know what the hell they're doing with AI. Like my dad, who is, 75 or whatever now, does not use AI. If he uses AI, it's because he's Googling something that is using AI for him, and he doesn't even know it's happening. So, there's a large set of people that have no clue what it is or what it does or how to use it. The scary stuff like OpenClaw and localized agents and multiple types of agents that are kind of working together to do whatever it is you want them to do. Like, there's some wild stuff that can be done there. I got a buddy right now who's setting up like a social media business that's just purely based off of OpenClaw agents running everything. And I don't think he's the first one to do it, but it's like the 0.01% of people who are doing that. And eventually, there will be a subset of people who benefit off that. But the masses, man, they just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand what it is capable of doing. You have people like me who use it. I think there's multiple classes. You have your programmers who understand the technology to begin with, and then you have I like to consider myself technology savvy, but no longer a programmer. I was back in the year 2000 in Visual Basic 3.0, but we are using it I got these documents. Yeah, it's summarizing documents for me, and I'm having it do this and that. But I'm not really doing OpenClaw agents. I know I could do that, and I know it's not outside of my capacity to figure out how to do that. But I also know that's if you're doing that, you probably own a Raspberry Pi. You know what I mean? Where you're in the experimental demographic that is a group of people who are okay messing with that technology to begin with, to do the things that it's capable of doing. So is the common person going to do that, or are these different large companies that have ecosystems going to just vacuum up all these people who don't know how to use them and provide them the tool sets to do the things that all these other people are doing with agents? And by all these other people, I mean that 0.0001% of people who are doing. I think that's the more likely scenario, and I'm sure they're thinking about it in a more higher level capacity than how I'm explaining it. But to me, that seems the most logical. The boomers are never going to use it, period. I mean, obviously, you'll have a few that are switched on and can figure that stuff out, and we'll do it. But I don't think in general you're going to get widespread adoption by Gen Z and older. Like, I look at the people that used to work for me who were Gen X. People who used to work for me that were Gen X and older. I couldn't explain. They would look at me using Microsoft Excel, and they'd be like, "How'd you do that?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even think about this stuff. Like, it's just, you just do it. We've existed with it for so long. You would think you could do basic formulas. You would think you could do index match. Whatever. Pivot tables, like, that's just what happens. You just do that. And their heads would explode, right? A macro, forget it. You can record a macro. What does that even mean? Whatever, don't worry about it. Those people are never going to touch AI in a capacity that is disruptive to everything else. Okay. Jensen says if a $500,000 engineer doesn't use 250K tokens, he's not worth it. Or she. That was very progressive of you. I like it. Yeah, that's probably true, right? Like, you should be. My buddy that I was telling you about with the OpenClaw agents is hitting rate limits and blowing up with tokens, and is like, I'm spending too much on development, and it's the balance, right? That's an investment. That's an investment in your time versus what you set aside for agents and whatnot to do for you. So it will continue to drive extreme levels of productivity within tech. I don't think AI changes the average person's world usage. No. Interactions, engagement with that technology until you phase out the next, like the oldest 20% of the population, maybe a little bit more, maybe 30%. And then it starts kind of taking over the world, but just in terms of like ubiquity. It's just everybody uses it. But still, even then, I think most people are going to use the big ones: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. Oh, there must be others. Bing? Is Bing the other one? Bing better be the other one. What is Microsoft using? Microsoft doesn't have... so Google... Oh, Microsoft's OpenAI, isn't it? Right? I'm pretty sure. Google's Gemini, and who's Apple? Oh, Copilot. Copilot. I forgot about Copilot. How could I forget about Copilot? I have Copilot right here, and I've never used it in my life. I don't want to. I'm like, F you, Copilot. I don't need you. I got ChatGPT. Actually, I'll tell you what, man. Claude is doing something right. They've got me thinking about converting over to them to try it out. And I would bet most of you would be like, you should use it. Too many drinks? What? No, this is like 1 in 20% of 2. We got plenty of time here before we get to too many drinks. Yeah, I think Copilot is probably good. I don't know. I've never really looked at it. And it probably hits a piece of the market. But I also think it's likely to be kind of like the Microsoft phone. Do you remember the Microsoft phones? Like, yeah, it exists. The Windows Phone, I guess, is what it was called. But nobody used it. Only if it was, like, for work. You've only messed with ChatGPT at a very low level, but salty. Everybody makes me feel like Claude is the move, dude. Everything is vibe coding with Claude. You've only heard hate for Copilot. Okay, all time. I generally agree with you, but I hear the boomers are using Copilot. Like, I think in general, that's what, like Superman's saying, because it's in their Office suite. It's in the ecosystem. They're like, whoa, look what it can do. They have no frame of reference, though, to be like, yeah, but it's terrible. No, but it's doing magic stuff that I don't know how it's doing. It's sentient. That's my favorite one, is people seem to think it's sentient. Dude, YTP made it in. Nice to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Cortana? Oh, man. That is what they called it, right? That was the one that had, like, the target symbol. I probably shouldn't show whatever. That's going to have personal information if I start clicking on that, isn't it? Need to talk to an AI bot and see what the deal is with OpenClaw. See, you're on the edge like me, mostly curious. That's the thing. You can have it explain it to you, and you can have it help set it up. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it, by the way, where if you want like OpenClaw runs my business, this is how. Like, there's some cool stuff that shows how it works. You talk to it through Discord or WhatsApp. Like, it's wild. That was enough to turn you off of it. Yeah, that's fair. You're using we've been insulting him the whole time, dude. All the industries that are tech consumers and not tech advancers are likely to use Copilot. Yeah, I would agree with that. Enterprise and data? Okay. Well, there is a big thing with when I was still working before I got fired. They were very anti sticking company data into any GPT, right? You couldn't put it into ChatGPT. And so they started developing their own, which I think is probably likely to be replaced by what you're talking about, ultimately Copilot, instead of people having to make their own. But what if you just had an enterprise solution, which is pretty big? Bullish Microsoft, for sure. I think most companies realistically are still on the Microsoft ecosystem, like all the big corporate entities. There might be some, I'm not aware of any Apple ecosystems used in the corporate world at all. I'm talking companies that have like blue collar workers. There's no, I would bet money there is no Apple presence there outside of using like iPads for doing stuff on tablets, because iPads, I use them for apps in our system, and iPads were just better. They were cheaper. So yeah, hard to beat free. That is fair. That is a true story. And Microsoft's got that cornered because it feels free to the average user, of course. Apple just had a press release for business products. What'd they say? I know you don't want to type out a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm curious. Their business products feel to me like individual creatives, where you've got the hipster MacBook Pro user out in the coffee shop. I speak from, I'm slightly slighting myself here because I got an MBA, not like the degree, but a MacBook Air. Because it is amazing. It is an amazing machine if you don't have it. I don't think there's a better laptop for general work purpose. The thing doesn't make noise. It's tiny and light, and it's surprisingly powerful. And I can do everything on it that I want to do. Like, it's got the M4 chip. Adobe G paid for it in a swing trade. Thank you, Adobe G. And it was good. I'm going to keep that forever and probably replace it eventually with another one, I would assume. It's not like a gaming machine or anything, but I'm not too old to play games. I still play games. But I'm not playing them at the coffee shop anyway. It's good. They make a good product, there's no doubt. But they're not like enterprise wide. They're so pricey. I don't know how you can justify it from the average corporate, very thinned out IT group that don't have enough budget to do anything to begin with. It's all Microsoft, at least in the US. Maybe it's different elsewhere. I also think like the Gen Z business users they'll have Apple, right? They'll have Apple devices, but they're Chrome based. They're Google based. Android based? I don't know. Whatever. Chrome based, yeah, because they're going to use the Google tool set and suite. Which is, again, like we keep mentioning the same names. And so, back to what we're here for to talk about, which is stock performance. How do you not look at these things and be like, okay, yeah, this is probably a good purchase. And this is probably a good purchase. I might wait a little bit on Google personally until it gets to this buy zone I've drawn out here somewhat arbitrarily. But yeah, and Apple. Let's bring Apple back up. I don't keep Apple on my watch list because I'm not really interested in investing in it. I was in the year 2001 and missed my chance because I was a broke college kid. But otherwise, they're still topped out. I mean, I look at them and I'm like, all-time high, 280, 290, and they're at 250. They feel like they've had the least fall from grace out of the Mag 7s, along with maybe NVIDIA. Well, NVIDIA actually is a little bit, I guess it's similar. Pretty similar. What's Tesla doing? Oh, wow. Well, that didn't happen, huh? That would have been nice if it did. The mega cup and handle. I guess I can delete a lot of these drawings now. This was if this was a cup and handle breakout, the thought process was on this one, and we have to look at like the 2 week. Yeah. This was just, this was a breakout, a retest, but we didn't hold, right? This is common. This is common in the cup and handle. You bounce and then you take off. Timing was bad, though. It's been a bad few weeks on the macro. I hate to break it to anyone. So we might have a whole lot of cup and handles coming out of this, by the way. That'll be cool. I love me a cup and handle. Are you late, Alec? Just late enough. No, you're not late. all you missed is commiseration of the stock market over the last week. But we had some big secrets we exposed of the best stocks that you can buy right now. You missed all that, and there's no way to ever find out what those were, unfortunately for you. GME, by the way, what are you doing? GME, still existing, still in the wedge. Don't care. There's a war going on. Don't matter. We're in a wedge. We don't do anything outside the wedge. I cannot believe this. This is incredibly incredible how it's playing out. I'm looking forward to September, really. Like I want to know. It's like the end of a series of books that we've been reading, and I just want to know. Dungeon Crawler Carl, book 7 comes out here. Will we find out what happens to GME before or after book 8 comes out? I wonder. No, book 8 comes out in May. Book 9. I don't know if he's even working on book 9. Great book series, by the way. Totally relevant to what I was talking about. I bought to close these. We can get rid of this. That was a good call, by the way. Literally, good call. Covered call. Yeah, GME holding the line, though. They're like, whatever. We just exist in this wedge until September. Nothing you can do about it. Sorry, guys. Crazy. This is gonna be the cool. We're gonna have to do another like Theta Daddy day off here and just observe. Like we'll have the ticker on in the background. We'll play games like Drawful again. Nvidia's down because of Huawei. How do you even say that company's name? Huawei. I don't know. Yeah, Huawei is they're a phone company, aren't they? Are they HWA? What is Huawei? It's HUAWEI. I don't even know how to look them up. Wait, are they? Well, they're Chinese company. I don't know what their ticker is. Do they have one? I know Baba. What's Baba doing? Oof. Baba's feeling it too. There's a couple others. Wow, wait, look at that. Cup and handle on this one? Maybe. I wonder. Could be. We'll see. GM is waiting for GTA 6. Could be. Had to get some pizza and Brusters. What are Brusters? Are they Brewsters? Am I saying this wrong? I have no idea what that is. Clearly, this is not New York pizza, because I would know what a Bruster was if it was New York pizza. Bruster. Is that like crust and sauce? What? I don't know, dude. What is a Bruster? Am I saying it right? I keep saying the word. I feel like I'm not even saying it right. Ice cream? What? Dude, making up stuff. Chinese, you don't know that? I know it's Chinese. They have good phones in China. JD was the other one I was thinking about. Thank you. JD was another one that is also in pretty rough shape. Look at that downtrend. Brutal. Look at that on the 2 week. Yeah, big downtrend action. Big downtrend energy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, certainly China is not exempt from the economic impact that we're seeing here. Pretty wild. It's Brewster. Well, then why don't you spell it correctly, dude? Come on. Brewster sounds like a root beer float made with real beer. Gross. Yeah, that would be kind of nasty. But pizza sounds good. I do like me some pizza. Wait, what type of ice cream is it? The brand? Oh, wait a second. Is it the brand ice cream? Maybe I do know what this is. I don't eat ice cream. We do have a local ice cream shop that's pretty good. And if I ever want ice cream, I'll usually go with that. Mmm. Okay. That's some like Bucky's type bullshit, right? Like I don't know. The only reason I know what Bucky's is because there's a billboard on the highway near me that says it's 800 miles away. That's the nearest one. I've never actually been in one. I'm sure it's cool, but I've also never eaten Brewster's because they're not over here. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not aware. All right. Does anybody want to look at any other stocks? Or we're so off topic. Maybe it's just too depressing. Should we play Drawful now together? I don't think I have it downloaded actually. Otherwise, that could be fun. We could do Drawful on YouTube. Do I miss Biden's market? I don't know. I don't really generally think about it in terms of the administration for the market. Like, the administration affects the market, obviously. The Trump market has had a lot of good opportunities, for sure. Like, the tariff mania stuff was great. That was the most obvious, like, people are out of their minds. This is not, like, going to disappear. None of it made sense to me. So there were opportunities in April that if you weren't scared out of a position, probably worked out pretty well for you. So it was a great year that year. But the last 6 months have sucked. Oh, well, 6 months? Yeah, 6 months. Like October, November, December, January, February, March. I haven't liked any of the months. But they've still had opportunity. I don't know if it matters. Like it's wild times, it's wild swings. But if you just stay, like, if you zoom out on a president's term, 4 years, and this is his second term, right? So we only have at max at this point with midterms coming up 2 years. And I know 2 years is a long time horizon, but like long term, I expect things to go up and to the right. And I don't know when that needs to stop, but I do think, the volatility brings opportunity especially for option sellers. It also just brings short-term pain, but that's something that happens regardless of the administration. I wonder if we want to go back on SPY. Let's look at SPY. I don't want to talk about which presidents I liked and disliked. I'm not sure that would be a productive conversation so much as like how we interpreted the market and reacted. But let's go back to let's go way back. Like we can go back to Clinton and how are things. Well, I guess I wasn't participating in the market then, so that's not fair. So George W., the son, Bush was 2000 to 2004. Is that right? And then we had, dude, I'm getting so old. We had Obama, right? For was it 04 to 12? Am I thinking that right? And then we had 12 to 16 was that Trump or was it? Yeah, that was Trump, right? And then 16 to 20. No. 16 to 20 was Trump, right? Dude, I can't remember. It's been so long. Oh my God. Jeez. Biden was 20 to 24. Trump again, obviously now. Maybe I should have gone backwards. But like, it doesn't matter. There are times where the economy fell apart in 2008. That was the housing crisis. That happened under a president. Then we had back in the 2000, the dot-com busto that happened during a president's reign. I think it's not. I'm not sure it's productive to look at it by president. I'm sure there's an impact, and certainly I agree with Bob Dog that it seems likely that Trump always has TradingView up on a TV somewhere and says stuff to be like, watch this, guys, look at this. But like, there's some big drops here in history across different administrations. Like 2022 to 2000 and to 2023 with COVID, right? Like all of that was pretty nasty. I'm backwards here. 2020 to 2022, right? That was obviously pretty nasty, but I'm not sure that had anything to do with the president at the time. I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. I guess I'll stick with, I'm not sure I feel the administration is the main driver. And most definitely now Trump is, but the market is efficient. And because of that, the things that he says today are not as effective as the things that he said that drove crazy change in, say, April timeframe, the tariff mania, because it wisens up over time. But I am a believer in the long term, up and to the right. Right, that's kind of the real key here. Is no matter what turmoil there is in the short term, I invest for the long term, and I do think that in 2020 in 2030. SPY is at 1,300. Probably. That's probably going to happen. I mean, look at the trend. I mean, I guess I can go all the way back to here, and then maybe it's slightly lower. Maybe the line fits better like that. Something like that, maybe. Does that look good? That looks pretty good, right? We're over 1,000 in 2030. Oh, you got me on a... Dude, you got me on a soapbox. You got me. I didn't even notice. No, about the Ivy shift. Sorry, I was so focused on my yap that we didn't get to talk about that. 28 to 32 is Alec. Oh God help us all. Okay. 2008 to 2016 was Obama. Who was before Obama? Why am I blanking on that? Was it Bush? Did Bush do 8 years? Jeez. And Clinton was before him, right? I mean, I guess I could Google this, or ChatGPT could tell me. I'm sorry, Alec. I think you need to maybe serve in the the lower chambers before we talk about presidential run. You've got some work to do, my friend. Bush was 8. So, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but Bush got a lot of hate in, like, the year 2000. And then 9/11 happened. 9/11 was very interesting. This is 25 years ago, this year. And I remember where I was, like many people my age. I was in college. And Howard Stern was the best news source for 9/11, by the way. But what was interesting was Bush's response to 9/11 was seen generally as, in my opinion, like correct. And it was a weird thing where like Democrats and Republicans kind of united, and they're like, yes, yes, go do the thing you need to do. We know you need to do. Go do it. We're with you. And that was like a fascinating time period to see like the bipartisan setup that the U.S. exists in, obviously, come together momentarily. But by momentarily, I mean a solid year, at least. Maybe it was longer now. Back then I was in college. I wasn't a market participant outside of some like high level tracking some stocks, thinking through some ideas type stuff. And I mean, maybe if I had E-Trade like Alec, I would have been trading back then. I don't know. But like that was an interesting time where, yeah, things just came together culturally, and the divide dissipated briefly for a period of time. Obviously, it came back. I feel like that continued all the way through the majority of Obama's reign. And then obviously from there on with Trump and everything, things got much hairier. And then it started swinging wildly back and forth of like everybody hated the Dems and they went straight Republican, and then everybody hated the Republicans and went straight Dems, and now we're back Republican. And I don't know if the seesaw will ever end, but world conflict has a way of uniting people, especially when it affects them personally. So, how did we get on this topic? Why are we so serious all of a sudden? Jeez. I don't know where I was going with that. I guess, yeah, I'm not even sure. Let's move on to something more exciting, like E-Trade being the best platform in existence. What does E-Trade use for AI? Are they using Copilot? I wonder. Tell me, Alec. Is it? There's got to be something called like EAI. What is E-Trade got? E-Trade is going to just sweep in all that cash. And you know what? I'm thinking about moving my whole portfolio over to them. They're just like, they're amazing. Are we saying we need blue-blooded aliens to unite us? Dude, aliens would definitely unite us. Have you read that book or seen the Netflix series? Oh gosh, what's his name? Why am I blanking? It's a sci-fi movie or series. It's really good actually. I've read 2 of the books. The Dark Forest. No, The Dark Forest is the second book. Oh, what is it? Oh, somebody's gonna die. Whatever. Good book. Go read the book that I can't remember the name of. 3-body problem. Thank you. God. Jeez, we need the 3-body problem. The 3-body problem will unite the world. Okay, I got his first name right. I think that's pronounced Shikshin, right? Shikshin. I'm not Chinese. I'm sorry. I'm as Irish as you get. Well, I'm as American as you get with Irish heritage. The Irish people, when you go tell them you're Irish, they look at you like you have 2 heads. They're like, "What, idiot? You're American. What are you saying?" You're like, "Yeah, but I'm like you. I look like you." And they're like, "No, you don't sound like me." Damn it. You got a lot of family there, though. Book 2 is The Dark Forest, right? Is it? For the record, I only got through 3/4 of book 2, and I lost my way and started reading other things. Dude, the text is so dense in that book. It just, at some point, it wasn't the same. Meanwhile, Alex hey, go check out Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I read 4,500 pages in a month of 7 books, and I've already got the next book pre-ordered, waiting for that to show up at my house. God, so good. So good. Okay, I think that's all I got. We were so off tangent. Nobody's even going to watch this tomorrow because it doesn't make any sense. I'm realizing now. That's how you know it's good, though. Anything that I can't. You're just messing with me, aren't you? Yeah, it is censored. You are Donut, dude. Do you wear a tiara? I bet you wear a tiara. You would probably look good in the tiara, though. Let's be honest. I'm not hating. I think it's probably a good look for you, too. Okay. How do we want to conclude this? Well, the weekend will be long, hopefully in a good way, where we can not spend time thinking about or looking at the market, because there's not really much we can do anyway, at least for the type of investing that we do. And hopefully some wild stuff happens to the upside and things start to resolve. I will say, after looking at the oil, that I think we probably have a little bit longer to go. We're closing off a month of this insanity, and realistically, based on what we saw when we spike over 100, it lasts for at least 4 months. So we could be in for a wild ride for a little bit here. make sure you're thinking about that. I know it's not fun to think about, but like if it does go 4, 5, 6, 7 months, what do you do? That's probably important, isn't it? How are you going to hedge? How are you going to organize your lives and pay as little tax as possible? That's the other part of it, I guess. And hopefully you're over 42, so you don't have to worry about being drafted. Oil gap up on Monday. Oh, yeah. If it continues, for sure. So we'll see. But I do have faith that over time we will continue to go up and to the right. This chart is very, very accurate in my outlook on humanity, because I do think this is arguably a measure of humanity in a way, in our progression or digression, I suppose. Is that a word? It is, but not the way I was using it. Whatever. Okay, maybe now the number of high noons is starting to impact me. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining, everybody. Loved having you here with me. It was fun talking with everybody. Thanks for sharing my your positions, your woes, your wins, your losses. There'll be more of them in the future. But again, stay the course, stay disciplined, and we will continue to go up and to the right together. Oh, that's like a tagline. Oh, we should make that a thing. I don't know how we're going to do that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week. Have a good weekend. Take care, everybody.